Got it. What is cooking on me? This is the worst pie ever. We get stuff on your finger. Pumpkin.
9/11 with our attack on our own land, and then our individual firefighters and police were bringing in a Vietnam War veteran as our guest speaker. But everything ties together on how you would face some situation that you never even dreamed you would encounter, and how you could actually get through that through your faith.
Ceremony began 6 p.m.
And the blizzard.
That's the Friday job.
No, not this.
Not Pike.
This is Amy Texas with Independent Farmers Bank. When you deposit your money with Independent Farmers Bank, we're able to use that money to help others in our community, help local causes and our local youth, and provide money to local farmers so they can plant and harvest a crop each year that feeds us locally and beyond. Just remember, investing in an online account or a large out-of-town bank does not support your local community. We are here to help you through these uncertain economic times with advice and expertise. Call or stop by one of our 3 locations in King City, Stewartsville, and Mansfield. We are here for you in every season.
I never realized that I'd be taking care of a 2-year-old and a 9-year-old on my own. I think men can be a little stubborn sometimes, where pride gets in the way, and they may want the help, they may not know how to ask. With my traditions, with the family support in line, and just with my mind frame, I was able to turn a negative into a positive. I knew I needed more tools in my toolbox to take care of these little girls that just lost their mother. It's time for me to be that father that I knew I could be. I think just being that good role model as well, that models good behavior in front of them, going to work every day, coming home and being able to put on that smile. The biggest reward about being a dad is sitting back and watching your kids be happy.
Never stop being a dad. That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
I'm Tony Goldwyn. As an actor and a director, I attend a lot of screenings. But there's one that's different. It's important. And it could save your life. A lung cancer screening. You know, I lost my mom to lung cancer when she was just 68 years old. That's Jennifer. Screenings help diagnose lung cancer early when it's most treatable and incurable. A quick low-dose CT scan Go-To for lung cancer is your go-to. Visit goto.org.
Time for sports on 680 KFQ and 95.3 FM.
I'm Matt Pike. The Royals put an end to their 3-game losing skid. Kansas City defeated the Los Angeles Angels 4-3 at Kauffman Stadium. Adam Frazier, Vinny Pasquantino, Salvador Perez, and Bobby Witt Jr. each hit a solo home run in the victory. Perez homered in the 7th to tie the game. Then one day after Witt Jr.'s fielding miscue cost the Royals, he responded with his go-ahead home run in the 8th. Andrew McMacharo says over the long haul, Bobby is going to do a lot more good than not.
He beat himself up yesterday after the game, and it's because he cares so much. And, you know, the fact that he's back out there and doesn't hang his head, that's what makes him as good as he is.
Lucas Erceg earned his 7th win in relief, and Carlos Estevez recorded his major league leading 37th save against his former team. Kansas City now turns around and continues their 9-game homestand, hosting the Minnesota Twins tonight. Michael Wacha is on the mound with a 6:40 first pitch. Pregame is at 6 o'clock here on KFEQ. The Royals will be without a member of their starting rotation for the foreseeable future. Kansas City has placed right-hander Seth Lugo on the 15-day injured list due to a lower back strain. A pair of AFC West Division rivals squaring off in Sao Paulo to open the NFL season. The Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs tonight. Chargers hoping to put an end to a 7-game losing streak against the Chiefs. Los Angeles' last victory over Kansas City came week 3 of the 2021 season. Meanwhile, the Chiefs hoping to bounce back from a losing Super Bowl 59 to the Eagles. Kansas City's won the AFC in 5 of the last 6 years. Patrick Mahomes says the Chiefs ready for the Chargers.
We got the game plan in. We kind of just laying numbers out, 9-10 days. So we have a fight to do
10 to midnight for Friday Night Lights, where we'll again give you scores, talk to area coaches about their games. St. Louis Cardinals back in action tonight after an off-day Thursday. Cardinals host the San Francisco Giants, Busch Stadium. Gravy takes the
Radio.
First pitch at 7:15. Coverage begins at 7:05 over on KY 102. And the Border War returns on Saturday as the Missouri Tigers host the Kansas Jayhawks, a game that's not been played since 2011. The two historic rivals will meet again on the gridiron this weekend, a matchup that's a sellout at Pro Field. Missouri quarterback Bo Kabula says Coach Eli Drinkwitz brought speakers in for the summer just to inform the team more on this great rivalry.
I think that was pretty important because one, a lot of the guys are new, freshmen or transfers, and two, we haven't played this game in a while. So just informing us on what that rivalry used to be, I think it was good to know.
Missouri and Kansas kickoff at 2:30. Pre-game will air at 1:30 here on KFEQ. That's sports. I'm Matt Pike.
Now the most up-to-date weather forecast here on KFEQ.
Great weather in the forecast for the upcoming weekend. Clearing out the clouds for the overnight hours. Our low dipping into the mid-40s. We have plenty of sunshine streaming in Saturday. Looks like for Sunday, too. And our weekend highs are approaching 75 degrees. Dry weather through Monday. Then we have a quick shot at showers returning by Monday night. I'm meteorologist Renee Moore.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates who roles?
Where? All right.
Find them.
Wait,
They have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Mama, what does the chicken say?
Chicken. Oh, okay.
What?
Oh, a wolf.
What about the tiny dog? Cat. Dolphin. What does the turkey say? Whale. Do the giraffe.
Giraffe, really? Okay. Giraffe.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right.
Visit NHTSA.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Gary LaValle. One thing you know about me is I used to be the lead singer of Rascal Flatts. But what you might not know is I now use my voice to support paralyzed veterans of America. Did you know buses and trains are accessible but airplanes aren't? It is why I support PVA. Today, PVA is fighting for accessible air travel, a basic civil right for our nation's disabled veterans and all people with disabilities. Our nation's heroes fought for your independence. So join me in the fight for theirs at PVA.org.
680 KFEQ, your home for ag news and info.
From the farmers and ranchers of Farm Bureau, this is Farm Weekend. An appeals court recently ruled against the president's authority on tariffs. However, as Chad Smith reports, the playing field stays the same for now.
The Federal Court of Appeals has recently decided that President Donald Trump does not have the power to set tariffs on imports based on the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. Dave Salmonson, Senior Director of Government Affairs for the American Farm Bureau Federation, said the court decision reaffirmed an earlier decision made by a lower court that said the president doesn't have authority under that International Emergency Economic Powers Act. He doesn't have the authority to impose tariffs. Well, the Court of Appeals said, the lower court was right. So they upheld the Court of International Trade and said, no authority, Mr. President, to do tariffs under this statute. Despite the finding, the appeals court didn't force the administration to call off the tariffs. The tariffs continue. Administration, you have until October 14th. That's the latest date that you can petition the Supreme Court to hear a case. So we're just to leave everything as it is. If you decide to take an appeal, then you go on. But for right now, even though we have this decision, nothing has changed on the tariff front.
Salmonson said the next development in the process could take several months to unfold, pending the Supreme Court's decision to hear the administration's case.
Say they decide to hear the case, it probably wouldn't come up before them until sometime in the winter, and we might not have a decision till March, April, sometime into next year. So this whole process, once you go to the Supreme Court, it takes time.
Chad Smith, Washington.
Shop Kansas Farms is headed to the Kansas State Fair. More when Farm Weekend returns.
Keep up to date with new and exciting attractions and events from across the state, the freshest recipes, and fun, crafty activities for your family by visiting www.kansaslivingmagazine.com. Kansas Farm Bureau's new website provides you with a variety of content